Start by doing a step over with the leg you want to finish the skill with. This step over is to create confusion, not to make you faint, so no need to accentuate it. However, as always, do it as quickly as possible. Then you will have to move sideways and jump at the same time to get ready for the next step. Note that the foot that you did the step over with at the start is still in the air. At the same time, you should push the ball with your foot which was supporting at the start towards the one which is in the air using the inside of the foot. Be careful, it is at this moment that you feint the defender by making him believe that you are going to dribble him with this inside touch. You gotta make sure you hit the ball hard so it doesn't stay in between your legs after the second touch. It is very important. And finally, just after that, you have to push the ball in the other direction with your foot which was in the air to finish the skill. A tip that I have for you is that if after the skill you notice that the ball hasn't gone far enough, it's because you didn't push it hard enough on the first touch. Keep that in mind. All this gives that. Start by rolling the ball forward on the side of your supporting foot using your sole. Then put your leg in front of the ball to get ready for the Rabona. And finally, pick up the ball back with the outside of your foot behind your supporting leg as you see it on the screen. Together, it should be like this. To start and prepare for the skill, you should put your standing foot just in front of the ball as you see it on the screen. Be careful, you don't try to fake the defender with this step, so keep your butt straight and don't accentuate the gesture. Immediately after, push the ball with the inside of the foot forward at 45 degrees to prepare for the step over. Make sure you don't push it too hard. Know that you must also jump and move sideways slightly to chain perfectly. Then you have to do a step over with the same foot with which you push the ball at the start to make the defender believe that you are going to exit in that direction. I insist that you do all these steps as fast as possible. And finally, to finish this combo, you would have to accelerate forward with what was your supporting foot at the start to leave the defender on the spot. All this gives that. For the first step, you will have to fake the shot and follow it by a touch with the inside of your foot to stop the ball. Make sure to swing your leg and lift your arm to really act as if you were going to shoot. The second step is simply that immediately after you stop the ball, you should push it with the inside of your foot once again to accelerate away as quick as you can. This is all steps together. To start, make sure you are standing still to do this skill because when you are moving with the ball, it is much harder to do it. Then, once it's the case, push the ball with the outside of your foot on the side to make the defender believe you are moving in that direction. Chain it right after with a forward touch made with the inside toe of your foot. This touch, if done well, will give a nutmeg to your opponent without him being able to react. This move should ideally be done when the defender is inside your danger area. Why? Because when you do the second touch, if he's too far from you, he will have the possibility to close his legs. Therefore, you want him to be as close as possible to you, so he will not have this opportunity. Everything is like that. To start, you should be at a very low speed or standing still to do it correctly. Then, make sure to do a feint with your strong foot towards the side of your supporting foot to make the defender believe that you are going to go down there. Pay close attention to the position of my supporting foot and the inclination of my upper body, which allows me to really accentuate the feint. After that, chain it directly with a feint made with your support foot. Be careful though, it combines both amplitude and speed. So make sure you do it quickly, yes, but also well. To do this the right way, your supporting foot should come far enough from the ball and your upper body leaning to the side. For the fourth step, you have to touch the ball with the outside of your foot to push it to the side. If you push it back slightly, it's fine too. The fifth step is a light and fast jump done with your strong foot to give you momentum in order to get the ball back on the next step. This step is not mandatory, however, in some situations, it's very useful. And finally, push the ball with the inside of any other part of your foot to go forward. Together, it should look like this. First of all, this skill is done stationary. It will be very difficult for you to do it on the move anyway. Then you have to make a touch with the inner top of the foot while stepping over the ball at the same time. Be careful though, this stride is not a feint, so don't accentuate it. After that, change the position of your supporting foot from pointing outwards to inwards, as you see it on the screen. This step is the most important of the combo because it allows you to transition from the inside touch to prepare for the inside step over. Also, notice the upper part of my body tilting as if I was really going this way. Follow that up with the inside step over to feint the defender and send him to that side while the ball goes to the other. And finally, do anything you want next. You can accelerate, come back, stop, make another cut, pass, or even shoot. It's up to you. All together, it's like that. To begin with, you must be standing still and with your back to the defender. Basically, you're protecting the ball. Then you have to do a touch forward with the inside of your foot behind your supporting leg. Make sure for this touch to move forward slightly at the same time and of course to turn your hips to get ready for the next move, which is after turning around to touch the ball with the inside of your foot to push the ball in the opposite direction. This touch can be long if you have space or short if you don't. It's up to you. It depends on the situation. All those steps together, it gives that. First of all, this skill is done mainly at very low speed or completely stopped. When you are in this position, put your supporting foot as you see it on the screen to prepare yourself for the skill. Be careful though, because this step is not a feint, so don't accentuate it. Notice at the same time that I'm practically sideways when I'm starting it. Then you have to push the ball forward and slightly to the side at the same time with the inside of your foot. Follow that with a step over with the same foot with which you initially push the ball. Once again, this step is not to be accentuated since it's only carried out to prepare you for the next step, which is the fake outside cut with your weak foot. Don't forget to also lean your upper body to the side to fake the defender even more. Together, it's like that. To start, drive the ball backwards as you move towards your own goal. Whether it is slowly or jogging, it's important that you are on the move when you perform this skill, because it uses your momentum. Then, while you are moving, let the ball land on the side of your weak foot or the one towards which you are going to perform the body feint. This step is very important because in addition to preparing you for the next move, it also aims to bait the defender so that you can eliminate him even more easily. After that, you have to do a feint with your strong foot, as if you wanted to push the ball with the inside. To perform the feint perfectly, it is important that you lean with your whole body to the side where you are doing it, as you can see it on the screen. Follow that up with a feint made using your standing foot. This feint will accentuate the previous one and even more deceive the defender. Also, pay attention to the upper part of my body, which also serves to fake him. Just after that, you will have to make a first outside cut towards the back and the side to go in the opposite direction. This one will help you to decelerate, stop completely, and start the acceleration process again. And this one is really to escape and let go of the defender. Make sure you really change the two touches in successive steps, and also, as you can see it on the screen, touch the ball as far from your supporting foot as possible, as well as extending your leg to move forward faster. Realize perfectly, it gives that. To begin with, make sure the ball is on the side of your strong foot or the foot you are going to use to start the skill. If it's not, put it there with a touch as I did in this tutorial, but in a real situation, it's better if it's there naturally. Then you will have to bring the ball towards the side of your supporting foot using the sole as quickly as possible. Make sure you also at the same time as you bring it back towards you, turn your hips on the other side to prepare yourself for the next step, which will be the inside touch to stop the ball. But not only, this step also aims to stop the defender to eliminate him more easily. And finally, just after that, accelerate as fast as you can with an outside touch forward or on the side. It's your choice. All together, it gives that.
El balón llega a Messi, Messi encarando, estático a Roberto Carlos, le dejó sentado en el suelo, se va para la diagonal, busca dentro a Gucci.
To begin with, this combo is mainly done stationary or at a low speed. In this tutorial, I'm doing it at low speed, however, know that you can also do it standing still. Then, when you get close enough to the defender, you should do a light touch or fake touch, depends how you want to call it, to prepare for the body feint. This step is not mandatory, but be aware that making a fake touch just before the feint, or any other skill for that matter, will accentuate it. By being on your tiptoes but also raising of the upper body will both contribute to deceive the defender even more at the time of the feint. Right after is the lateral body feint, making as if you are going to push the ball with the outside of your foot to accelerate. This feint combines both amplitude and speed together, so ensure that it's done extremely quickly, yes, but by feigning your opponent as much as possible at the same time. And finally, you have to accelerate with the inside of the foot to leave the defender for dead. All this gives that.
Et ça caille, faute de Florian Thauvin. Incroyable, absolument incroyable, Neymar.
For this skill, you can be both stop or in motion. It's up to you. On the other hand, make sure if you do it while moving that you don't go extremely fast, because it can be very difficult to change direction otherwise. Also, know that Neymar uses it most of the time when he's slowing down to play on the surprise effect and reaccelerate straight after. The main and only step is to make an outside touch forward at 45 degrees to accelerate and leave the defender for dead. This touch is made without momentum. That is to say, without bringing your foot backwards as for a classic outside cut. You have to leave it the same way you drive the ball, and when you want to dribble, use your ankle to move the ball in the desired direction. It is important to not bring your leg back to be able to escape faster. When you do this, make sure you jump lightly to give yourself some momentum and power. A tip I have for you is that even though this skill is simple, it is imperative that the timing is excellent. Do it at the moment you see the defender frame himself at you or leaving a small opening for you to eliminate him. He won't expect it. Made perfectly, all together, it gives that. To make this move effectively, it's ideal if it's done with your back to the goal and moving towards the sideline. You can go slow or fast, but it's important that you are on the move. Then, when you are up to the ball, you will have to perform a curve turn in the direction opposite to the sideline, basically towards the goal. When you do that, make sure you jump and turn your hips at the same time. Know that this first step serves to stop the defender and make him believe that you are coming towards him. Whereas just after that, you make another touch with the outside of your other foot to the side to eliminate him. This will surprise him, as defenders most of the time are definitely not expecting this. At the same time, don't forget to push the ball far enough away from you to be able to accelerate away. Stay aware of other defenders who might be able to take the ball from you though. Always know roughly where they are before do it. Anyway, all together, it gives that. To start, you should move sideways with the inside of your foot preferably. You don't necessarily have to go fast, but you should still be moving. When you see an opening to get away, use your strong foot to fake another touch with the inside. To do this correctly, tilt your upper body in the same direction and have your supporting foot positioned just behind the ball. Then follow it immediately with another feint, but this time done with your supporting foot. The further away from the ball it can be, the better. And of course, the more you will feint your opponent at the same time. Notice that my upper body is tilting to the side as if I were really going there. It's very important that you play with your whole body for any feint. And finally, you will have to lift the ball just above your opponent's foot. To do it correctly, use the outside top of the foot. This part that you can see on the screen right now. Done perfectly, it gives that. To do this combo, you can be both stop or in motion. It is quite possible in both situations. On the other hand, know that if you do it in motion, it is imperative not to go too fast. In the examples you just seen, CR7 did it most of the time when he was slowing down, so keep that in mind. Start by pushing the ball with your sole towards the side of your supporting foot. Know that you don't have to use the sole for this skill. You can use any part of the foot, or the ball could even be rolling in that direction. It's just important that it's moving. After that, once you get to the ball, then pass your foot, which was supporting at the start, just in front of the ball while jumping slightly at the same time. This will allow you to prepare for the next step, not that both of my feet are off the ground. Immediately after, but really straight after you come back down, you stop the ball with the outside of your foot, behind your supporting leg. A little bit as if you were doing a fake back heel pass. And finally, to finish, you can get away or even keep playing with your opponent. To do so, you can do the basic CR7 combo or any other skills, or you can get away with an outside touch. It's up to you really. Together, it gives that. For the first step, you should be moving sideways so that you move towards the center of the field. Then once you see the defender moving in the same direction, perform a feint by pretending you are going to accelerate in front of you. This feint doesn't need to be done directly over the ball, but you can do it slightly to the side as you can see it on the screen. Make sure you jump slightly when doing it though. Just after that, make an outside touch to stop you abruptly and start your reacceleration process at the same time. And finally, do another touch to really pick up the speed and eliminate the defender. All this gives that. To start and do this nutmeg correctly, make sure you are sideways in relation to the defender and not with your back to him. Then once that is the case, bring the ball towards you with the sole quickly to open the legs of the defender if they are not already. And finally, follow that up with an outside touch strong enough to pass quickly between his legs, but not strong either for you to be able to get the ball back. Remember that nutmegs play on the surprise effect, so you must try as much as possible to disguise it by using your peripheral vision and by doing it when the defender is very close to you. All together, it gives that. To do this skill correctly, you should be standing still or at very low speed. Once this is the case, you should put your supporting foot down and turn your body that way to prepare for the sole touch. Putting yourself this way will make the defender even more believe that you are going on this side. Then make a touch with the sole towards the side of your supporting foot. Very important that you try to do it as quickly as possible. To chain it just after with an outside cut to hit the ball towards the other side. Make sure you turn your hips at the same time and hit the ball far enough to accelerate away. Altogether, it gives that. To start, lift your strong foot in the air and move it side to side to simulate both inside and outside start. It allows you to confuse the defender but also disabling him to know where you want to go. When you're ready to start, put your foot down as you see it on the screen to prepare for the next move. Be careful though, it's not a feint so don't accentuate it. Then do a quick body feint to the side of your supporting foot to destabilize the defender. It's going to make him stop. Immediately after that, push the ball to the side or forward depending on where you want to go. Make sure the whole skill is done extremely quickly. It is a must. All this gives that.